Welcome to the Layers with Graduation and Align technique. This hair shape concludes the layering series and shows how to cut a layered shape from an outline and then graduate the edge. This produces a look that's hugely commercial and as such will prove to be a valuable technique to possess. Prior to shampooing, make a thorough check of the head shape, hair growth and hairline patterns. Pay particular attention to the temple areas, as the layering through this area will have to allow for any fineness present. Now, ensuring that the client is sitting straight with arms and legs uncrossed, find the natural parting by combing the hair away from the face as shown and pushing gently forward. This will allow the hair to fall into its natural position. Note that this shape will work best if it's cut from a centre parting. Tilt the head slightly forward and divide the hair from the crown to the nape at the centre back. Then, starting from the nape, take sections horizontally from the centre to behind the ears. These sections should be combed down with the large end of the comb, allowing the hair to fall naturally. Now cut a line between the fingers using minimal tension. The line should be cut to form a square shape. The next section is taken parallel to the first and cut in the same manner using the previously cut line as a guide. Continue to take sections in this way up the back of the head to a point just above the ear, drawing the hair down and cut on the same guideline. Continue with this method of sectioning and cutting until the front hairline is reached. Notice that the sections will become vertical. This allows the hair to be combed back over the shoulders to be cut, which will ensure that the line will remain square into the corners. Now repeat the same sectioning and cutting techniques for the second side. Check the line for symmetry. Notice how the sections pivot to become more vertical. Start the layering from the front hairline. The first section is taken diagonally from the centre parting down into the side area. This section is then over-directed forward. The length of the first section is determined by the desired length of the fringe. Now comb the side areas into this fringe length to continue the cutting line down into the side area. The next section is parallel to the first and extends from the centre parting to a point over the top of the ear. This is then over-directed forward onto the first section, but lifted slightly. By lifting this section slightly, the fringe will have a softer outline. Now continue with parallel sections. The diagonal, almost vertical angle of the sections ensures that a soft outline is achieved. The length at the sides is determined by the desired shape, suitable for the hair texture and the wearer. This is achieved by the amount of over-direction. The further forward the hair is over-directed, the longer both the external and internal lengths. The next section extends from the centre parting diagonally down to incorporate the first hairline section behind the ear. The length and weight that is left in the outline will be determined by the amount of over-direction and the angle at which the line is cut. The sections can be slightly rounded and the cutting line can also be rounded, depending on the texture and amount of internal weight required. Now the sections become slightly more vertical and start to pivot from the crown. Lift each section out and over-direct forward onto the previous section. Continue to work across the centre back of the head into the second side. Now repeat this same process on the second side. To produce an even shape, the degree of over-direction and the angle at which the hair is cut must be controlled in a consistent manner. Regularly check that the shape is symmetrical both technically and visually. As with all Sassoon haircuts, when cross-checking, take sections at right angles to the original cutting sections. Therefore, when the front is cross-checked, take sections that angle towards the face from the back of the head. Continue back over the crown area into the nape and remove any excess roundness present. From the nape towards the crown, continue taking diagonal sections, lifting up and rounding off any corners. Remove any excess weight from the outline and internal layers. This will give a graduated feel to the back sections. Work up the back of the head to the crown. Whilst carrying out this procedure, constantly check the haircut for external and internal symmetry and consistency in the build-up of weight. Now repeat the same process on the second side. Prepare the blow dry by damping the hair with a suitable finishing product and combing into place. Now use a wrap drying technique to accentuate movement and shine. Start by wrap drying the hair. Take the same sections as the cut and use tension to smooth the cuticle, give the hair shine and give the hair natural root lift. Use both hands to make the finish even on both sides. Now, where necessary, use various freehand pointing and slicing techniques to finish the shape. And here is the finished result, an extremely versatile technique with the emphasis on shine, texture and movement.